Heady elevation changes and dramatic corners. What is there not to love about today? It's qualifying day here at Spa-Francorchamps.
Well, hello there everybody, it's Joe here and welcome back to my F1 24 career mode, heading into the second half of this final season now. We are at Spa, and off the back of a strong result at Silverstone, you know what, championship fight back on. It may be a long shot, but you know what? I've made longer shots work before. For references, please see older career modes on F1. Anyway, heading round Blanchimont in Q1 using all the circuit and a bit more. We have had an upgrade taken away, unfortunately, because we were top of the performance index, and as per the regulation, whoever is the top of the performance index has an upgrade removed, so we may not be as strong here as we were in Silverstone, but that's not going to stop me making a push for the championship. The Q1 lap was nowhere near strong enough, so we went again and we topped the timesheets by just under a tenth from George Russell. Q2. And you know what? I'm disappointed after Hulkenberg's strong result not to see him building on that. Currently P12, and then we then take that P12, and however you dress it up, that is not good enough. So we are going again here, but the end of the second lap, it's such a small improvement. Is it actually going to be enough? No, it isn't. So we end up starting P13 for the Belgian Grand Prix.
Welcome then, as we take a step back into the nostalgic golden days of motorsport. Spa is unashamedly a throwback, and all the better for it. Climbs, drops, sharp turns, chicanes, sweeping high-speed corners, all while taking in some of the most beautiful scenery that... It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Lando Norris will lead us away from pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Gasly, Oscar Piastri, Stroll, Hamilton, Fittipaldi, Tsunoda, Zhou, Hulkenberg, Sunshine, Russell, Sainz, Behrman, Albon, Ocon, Vesti, Verstappen, Théo Pourchaire, and Sergio Perez completes our grid. Now it's almost time for... And alongside me here...
It's the Belgian Grand Prix. It's 22 laps. We've moved up to P11 because of penalties. What can we do here? We are underway in Spa and it's an okay start. Hulkenberg's got away quite well. He's looking for the inside line. We're a little bit blocked going into turn one, and a couple of cars going down the outside. We've clipped the inside wall. Does nothing to help my momentum whatsoever. If anything, that really hindered us out of turn one. And we go from P11 to P13. Albon and Behrman right behind me, as we're now having a look round the outside of Carlos Sainz. Is there a way through there? Well, not unless you want to complete the move off the circuit. And that is not exactly a legal overtake. So having to back out of that one for now as we head down Pumont. Sainz and Zhou dead ahead of us. Albon and Behrman right behind, although Albon has dropped back just a little bit, and he isn't as close to us as we are to Sainz, because we are chewing all over the rear of the Sauber, the green kick Sauber, as we head out of Stavelot for the first time. Now we're having a look at Carlos Sainz. Are we going to be able to have a look down the inside? No, Sainz moving under braking there. That's not allowed, surely. Sainz moves under braking, but now we're going to have a dose of DRS going up the hill. As I'm now having a look at Carlos Sainz all over the back of him. Surely we get this done here, and Sainz is a sitting duck. No, he's not. Look at the momentum that Kick Sauber has down the straight. I'm trying to sweep round the outside, and we do just about make it work, but Sainz putting the fight of his life up, albeit for P12. You wouldn't know it was for P12, given how much of a fight he was putting up for that. Next up we have Zhou, and well, that should be easy, but he's going to fight me around the outside, and it's actually quite easy to fight around the outside of La Source, because if you go in too tight, you have literally no momentum at all. Going up the hill now, we are all over the back of the Chinese driver, and this is where the DRS should help us out, and it does help us out, but Zhou also has it, so it's going to have to be a case of braking later, which it is. Sweeping up into P11. Next up is our teammate Nico Hulkenberg, and if there was a button to say let me through, I'm the lead, well, I'm the championship contending driver, then please get a button in future games. As we have a look down the inside of Hulkenberg there, that's a bit of a brave one. You don't usually see overtakes completed there, but we have completed the overtake, and we move ahead of our teammate Hulkenberg, and now it's time to apply pressure on the Mercedes of George Russell, who's tucked up behind Enzo Fittipaldi. Russell covers, he still has the inside line. We're trying to move to the outside. I've not been able to make it work, and I nearly go across the chicane there, and Hulkenberg now right behind me. I've got to be careful because we could end up losing the place back to him, and I don't really want to be fighting my teammate here. Russell goes defensive, we go to the outside, and this time, do we get past the Mercedes? No, he's staying there on my right, and Russell putting up a good defensive fight over the position. And Enzo Fittipaldi, well, he's just going to be sat there like, thank you very much, I can just drive away from you two. And this, by the looks of it, is Fred Vesti driving off the circuit, and he's able to rejoin without too much drama. Although, speaking of drama, we have got a spun Kick Sauber, which I believe is that of Carlos Sainz. Oh, it's not Sainz, sorry, it is the other Sauber, Esteban Ocon. Anyway, back to the battle with Russell, heading down the pit straight. Is there a way through at La Source by sending it? Answer, not really. Russell holds it out round the outside, but that has slightly compromised his momentum. And up ahead, Yuki Tsunoda, surprisingly on mediums, so he's going to be running a bit longer. He'll be vulnerable in an undercut. We're now side by side with George Russell, using everything of our battery to get alongside, and finally we get past the British driver in the Mercedes. Next up is Yuki Tsunoda and Lewis Hamilton, both of which on medium tyres, which means both of which will be, well, might be vulnerable in the undercut, but Hamilton has picked the same lap as us, which is lap 10, so when we go, it's down to the mechanics now to do a good job and hopefully get us out in front of the 7-time world champion. Into the pit lane we go, quick change of tyres, no drama there. Are we out ahead of Lewis Hamilton? The answer to that is yes, we are. And we are directly behind what I believe is Pierre Gasly in the Ferrari, and Frederick Vesti all over me here. Is he going to use DRS to his advantage? I don't think he'll have much of an advantage, because I have brand new tyres, and I'm going straight after Pierre Gasly down the straight. Can we get it done into the chicane? Answer, yes. We are up ahead of Pierre Gasly, and now starting to apply pressure on Lance Stroll. So how far up has that got us? The answer to that is Lance Stroll is third. So our little undercut has moved us up into P4, And I will happily take that all day long, considering we were 7th or 8th before the pit stops began. So I am more than happy to say that I have jumped a good couple of places there. But now we're applying the pressure to Lance Stroll. Is there a way through it? No, that would have been way too ambitious. I've got to cross the chicane, and I've got a warning for doing so, which, fair game really, isn't it? Now we're using everything we can to stay within that 1 second of Lance Stroll, because that'll be critical. If we can get onto the podium here at Spa, that would be absolutely brilliant, considering we started this race in P13. We were right near the back for the start, so if I can get ahead of Stroll and get into the top 3, for me that would be a fantastic achievement. Trying to send it there, but obviously no way through there. So the target now, set it up to go on the Kemmel Straight. Problem is, Stroll has built nearly 8 tenths on us here. This is going to be difficult to claw back, but we claw plenty back round Eau Rouge. I don't think Stroll quite got that right, and now he's having to defend. We're on the left, we're braking later, and we're up into the podium places, into P3. Charles Leclerc and Lando Norris are the 2 cars in front of us, but I think it's going to be very difficult to catch them from here. 10 laps to go, 6.5 seconds plus to Lando Norris. It could be doable, but we'd have to get on it right away. And in this car, which admittedly isn't as fast as Leclerc or Norris here, it'd just be too tall an order. And even though they're battling up front, it's proving very difficult to catch up with the pair of them. They're swapping places every other lap, so it's proving difficult to catch. And I'm quite happy to settle for P3 in this one, considering where we qualified, and when the race started we went from 11th to 13th, so 10 places gained after dropping the 2 places from our start position. I'll happily take it. As the laps count down, Leclerc and Norris are pulling away from me a bit more, and there's a bit of a threat from behind, not so much from Stroll, but Gasly is all over Stroll. He might have something to say in this race in the closing few laps, so our podium is not entirely safe. And with 2 laps to go, Gasly has got past Stroll as we head onto the Kemmel Straight for the final time. But we've got a yellow flag in front of us. Have one of the leaders dropped out? Yes, they have. It's Lando Norris with 2 laps to go, dropping out of the race. And that is going to be heartbreaking for him. But it's even better for us because now we move into P2. But here's Pierre Gasly. He is hounding me for that place. Look at the momentum he has. We go to cover the inside line, but Gasly goes round the outside and takes P2 from us to make it a Ferrari 1-2. And there was little I could do to stop him coming through there. If I brake any later, chances are there would have been a collision. Pierre Gasly on the final lap, taking 2nd place. He begun lap 21 in P4. Lando Norris dropped out of the race on lap 21, and in lap 22 he got past us. And Stroll may even have a look into the bus stop, into the final corner. So you know what, we're not entirely secure, and I think my tyres are just starting to feel slightly second best. You see a little mini slide going out of there. We've drained the battery to try and protect ourselves from an attack from Stroll. I'm taking a dive on Gasly to see if we can take it, but no, Gasly just up and unders me and takes P2 back. But it's gonna be P3. A well-earned podium, I'll take it, but Charles Leclerc, simply untouchable.
Man, you pulled through. Thank you, well done.
And it's Monaco go for Charles Leclerc as he takes the checkered flag and wins. Here come our winners now, a thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
Well, for Charles Leclerc, even though him and Norris were exchanging positions, he wanted that one. And Pierre Gasly makes it a Ferrari 1-2 with a superb move on the last lap. I do think I was losing my tyres right at the end of the race. But it's still a podium for us, and I'm really happy with that. Stroll and Piastri round out the top 5, with Russell, Albon, Tsunoda, Hülkenberg and Zhou completing the top 10. And we take the gap down on George Russell to 34 points. So hey, we're still taking a nibble out of his championship lead. Charles Leclerc, however, has moved up into second in the standings, and he's announcing himself as a contender. Lando Norris still with an outside chance, but after that engine failure, it's cost him. Anyone in the front 4 at the moment can still win this championship. It is wide open. And McLaren currently leading the constructors with Mercedes in second. We're currently in 5th, and we are targeting getting ahead of Aston Martin. Well, thank you for watching this instalment of Career Mode. As always, please leave a like and hit the subscribe button if you're new and you want to see more content from me. Until the next time, TTFN, shut off for now, take care and enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you all soon.